Contestant number 5, Melissa Martinez-Carrasco. Contestant number 5.
I have to say that I love that speech. Kudos to you, Nicole, for delivering up a really good jelly sandwich. So futures, let's talk about it. I'm going to first talk about the bread, the first layer. So you started off with a question. What a great way to get audience participation, get us involved. Right away, I wanted to listen and find out what you really had to say. Because first of all, the title created such a broad spectrum of what could this be? What could it be about? And so you really started off with a great foundation by getting us engaged and also by telling us what you were about to talk about. You stated very clear about what future is and what futurology is, I think is how you put it. So now the jelly. You had a lot of facts, and that's such a great thing when you're giving an informative speech, as I think you delivered. And so it was facts to support not only what you were talking about, but the definition and the impact to really the world and all of us and how we play into that. And you also did such a great thing too that was part of your speech, was the body gestures. You really engaged me by the ball and the cone, and really, you broke it down like I was a 5-year-old. And that's what I needed, because frankly, I didn't know what that meant or what futurology was all about. And so I needed that visualization to really understand what that really means and the true definition. So I thought that was a great job. Now for the top layer of the bread, you really closed it up by concluding what you had just talked about. You followed up with a lot of the other different facts. And again, in closing, you wrapped it up and concluding what futurism was all about. So great job. A few things that I think could really spice up that jelly sandwich was your stance. You kind of tilted off a little to the side, and I don't know if that's your normal stance or your gesture, but it almost took away from, I wanted to reach over and I wanted you to stand so that you could really project what you were really trying to tell me. So actually, if you just kind of plot your feet and stand with your shoulders facing the audience, that'll help project some of those words that I was struggling to hear, and also project a really great body image. And the next one is your breath. Practice opening your lungs and really practice. I heard you gasping a couple of times for breath. Maybe you didn't notice, I noticed, but that would really tweak up your speech. And the next one is vocal variation. If you could just variate some of those words, you did it in the middle, but if you could just really vocalize that from high to low, that would really get me engaged. So I look forward to your next sandwich that you deliver, but most of all, a next great speech.